Hello to everyone at the Glenn and Carol Pearsall Adirondack Foundation. I hope you all are well and are weathering these months as we head into the cooler temperatures. It would be great to see the pandemic cooling off. That nasty virus situation can help illustrate an important point: how cutting edge and creative the Adirondacks have been during the pandemic, and how Spotlight has been able to capture that with your help. A situation such as the pandemic that is unprecedented in our lifetime is resulting in new kinds of art that are unprecedented in the history of the world. Okay, a lot of live theater went online this past year, and that's really great for the people at home. But plays that are filmed and put on our screens for viewing, we've seen that before. We've seen Tennessee Williams on TV before. What we haven't seen before, ever, are plays that were written specifically for an online experience. Let's take two characters, someone in California and someone in Raybrook, New York, and they're communicating through Zoom. And part of the humor of the play is the character's frustration with getting Zoom to work. That's a Zoom play. And in the history of theater, from the ancient Greeks to the works of Lucy Kirkwood on Broadway, we have never seen theater like this before.
You see where it says start video?
Yeah.
Click there. Oh, now your sound's off. You gotta turn on the sound. Unmute. Click on unmute.
Spotlight informed our viewers about this brand new kind of show that owes its success in part to a festival organized in Lake Placid just for Zoom plays.
Believe it or not, I was asking those same questions when I was your age. And your mama's right, Queen. You do need to learn your history.
And kids' productions became cutting edge too. When some young actors in Keene Valley couldn't appear on stage together for their annual live production, they wrote their own play, one that took place again in the digital virtual world. And they acted their scenes from their individual homes. One of the parents edited the performances together, and Spotlight promoted this revolutionary kind of kids production. Cutting-edge artistry in the Adirondacks with a bright spotlight right on it. Live theater adapted to survive and thrive, really. A theater camp in Westport didn't cancel its classes, but held them in a socially distanced manner.
I like that it's in the time of a pandemic, but we're still being safe.
It's giving me an opportunity to be with people, which I haven't been doing for like half of the school year, so I'm very happy about it.
And speaking of social distancing,
I am the very model of effective social distancing. I listen to the experts on the topic of resistancing. I know.
That's George Cordes of the Adirondack Lake Center for the Arts. Spotlight promoted his organization in Blue Mountain Lake, including its online program about the composer of Babes in Toyland, who spent much of his life in Lake Placid. Speaking of composers who enjoy our region, we introduced our viewers to New York City residents Kathleen Tagg and David Krakauer, who came to the North Country for the first time to spend a week performing. And they extended their stay for several months to escape the chaos of the city.
To have, during this pandemic time, had an opportunity to actually be in a place that is so beautiful and to really be able to focus on our work has been a gift.
They now consider the Adirondacks a calm place to compose new music. The Adirondacks are also a great place to make short films. We produced a half-hour Spotlight special of films shot in places such as a farm in St. Lawrence County. We aired the special in prime time, and it also served an educational purpose for school kids during the daytime. It aired in the afternoon as a learning at home program, complete with an extensive online study guide for kids, parents, and teachers, all about upstate New York filmmakers. In December, a local resident talked about his involvement with a show that aired nationally on PBS, the musical All Is Calm, based on the historic Christmas truce of 1914.
Looking out over the parapet, we could see that he had left his trench and was standing on the top bank, in the open, and in full view. He then walked towards us and stood in the middle of no man's land.
There are reports that one of the truces started because someone sang Stille Nacht, which is Silent Night.
Also of national relevance, the producers of an American Masters PBS documentary on author Laura Ingalls Wilder requested spotlight footage we'd previously shot of the Wilder homestead near Malone. That puts the archive your funding helps us create in action. My favorite spotlight moment so far this year came out of an art exhibit in North Creek. 3 artists had planned the exhibit. COVID postponed their show, and one of the artists died before the exhibit eventually opened. This quote from photographer Daniel Way about his artist friend has moved some of our viewers to tears.
I would gladly donate a kidney if it would bring Peter back, even if it was just for this exhibit. He was always so humble about his art.
I find that very moving. Spotlight viewers recently got a history lesson learning about writer Mark Twain's connection to the Adirondacks in Keene Valley with an opera penned by author Russell Banks.
When you want all this, forget your piano and invoke the glory beaming by Rome.
We learned some recent history this year, too, with the story of Plattsburgh astronaut Michael Anderson, who lost his life in the 2003 Space Shuttle Columbia tragedy. He now graces a mural in his hometown. And what's next for Spotlight? More uplifting stories to rise above a difficult time. A mural celebrating flight and other projects aimed to boost an artistic and commercial momentum happening in Malone. These are uncertain times, but there's a lot of hope and excitement right now. The artists have reflected that hope, and so has Spotlight, and we're able to do that thanks in large part to you, everyone at the Glenn and Carol Pearsall Adirondack Foundation. For all of us at Mountain Lake PBS, we thank you so much.